What's going on, YouTube? We got more iRacing content for this week. It's going to be Season 4, Week 7. This time we're going to be in the Ferrari 296 for the Ferrari Challenge Series around WeatherTech Laguna Seca. I've raced the 296 a little bit before in the GT3 series. I've never really been competitive with it though. Never really had good pace. Always kind of struggled with it. Laguna Seca, I've never ran in iRacing. Only really ran in other sims. So a little bit of learning both the car and the track for this one. This session is going to be my 7th session that I ran on the week. All week I was kind of struggling with pace, always running mid-pack, always running around 124s. But we'll get into Quali, we'll see if we can turn it around, see if we can gain any little bit more pace, and see where we can get for the grid. A little bit of slide out of the corner. That might be a decent lap. A decent lap it was. That was my first 123. Obviously still not pole. Ironically, that's my fastest lap I ran, and it's still gonna get me like a P10. So still like mid-pack, but honestly, just to touch that 123 feels so good. Another P12 start. But my fastest lap of 123.8, was it 123.889? I'm actually very happy with that. Now, how that's going to translate into race pace, I don't know. We'll see. But P12 middle of the grid, we'll see how that goes, and maybe. A lot of the races I've had accidents on the first lap here. It is a very tight track in that first little bit, so maybe we can get up in there and maybe have to do a little more defending from faster cars. Bad start. I think they crashed behind us though. As we come to the start, they did indeed crash behind us. It was the number 3 car on our left coming through the final corner that spun, and that mistake by the 3 is going to give us a little bit more breathing room on our bad start and not have to worry as much about the cars behind and try and get up in the fight ahead. I'm surprised no one's died yet in the pack ahead. There's no way we all survived the corkscrew though. To my surprise, everyone makes it through the corkscrew clean, but this clean lap 1's going to come to an end as the leader spins going through turn 10. And a little bit further back, the 5 car in P7 is going to take a little bit too much curb coming through turn 10, sending him wide into the dirt, which is going to bunch up the cars ahead of us going into turn 11, which is going to give us the opportunity to get a little bit racy starting this next lap. Going into the Andretti hairpin, the 12 car is going to take a little bit more of an inside line, opening up the door for us on the outside, but we're going to take just a little bit too much speed through the corner and not be able to get a good exit to gain a position. I didn't drag my brakes though. as lap continues, 7 car and P9 ahead is going to have a little bit of a moment coming through turn 5, which is going to open up the door for the 12 car behind to gain the position, move up into P9. Unfortunately, we're not going to have the best turn 5 either, and we're not going to be able to capitalize on the mistake of the 7 car, but we're just 4/10 back, so we're still in this fight. And as we come into Corkscrew, I'm going to absolutely send it up the inside of the 7 car from a couple car lengths back, and the 7 is going to give us more than enough space coming through the corner as he's going to run a little bit wide into the dirt. Being completely honest, by no means do I mean to send it up the inside from this far back on the 7. I thought the half a second gap to the 7 car ahead was going to be large enough for me to be able to take the corner how I would when I'm running alone. But regardless, we got the move done.
That was a very calculated move. I totally meant to send it from 3 car lengths back.
There's going to be some drama ahead as the leader's going to take too much curb coming through turn 10, spitting him out into the dirt, which is going to drop him right in front of us as we come to the start of lap 3, which is going to make the race ahead get very interesting.
To be fair, I did not expect everyone to stack up as much as they did into the corkscrew in the pack ahead, and I kind of just took with a fast, line with no one around me kind of thing, so.
Things are going to continue to get interesting ahead as the 19 car ahead and P7 is going to spin going through the Andretti hairpin, which is not only going to gain us a position, but it's also going to make the fight behind us a little bit more spicy as the faster 19 is going to slot in right behind the 7, filling up our relative with cars all within a second of each other. Things are going to continue to stay spicy ahead as the 2 cars going to get a run on the 12 car coming out of turn 5 and is going to try to send it side by side going into turn 6. But he's going to take too much curb through the corner, losing the rear end on corner exit, taking the 12 out with him as the 12 tried to go side by side up Rahal straight, which is going to gain us an easy 2 positions.
Keep our foot in it.
Just like things staying spicy ahead, things are going to stay spicy behind as the 7 car is going to get right on us through the corkscrew. We're going to have to put in our best laps and stay defensive if we're going to want to keep this 7 car behind. I'm not going to have the best Andretti hairpin as we're going to have a slow exit, which is going to allow the 7 car behind to go side by side with us through turn 3. I take a little bit too much of a shallow line coming through the corner, being a little bit too defensive, and I'm going to come a little bit too wide coming out of the corner, coming across the nose of the 7, earning us a 4X despite the minimal contact.
That was a 4X?
However, I can't let the mistake in the 4X distract me too much as the 7's still right on us and we're going to have to fight very hard if we want to keep this position.
I did not mean to push him wide, but I got unsettled on the curb and didn't really have much more to go.
Unfortunately, I let my mistake distract me too much as I don't recognize the 7's run out of turn 5 to get over in time to defend the inside line going into the corkscrew. And as we go side by side through the corner, I'm going to opt to give the 7 a little bit more space than I need to and cut the track to avoid any more incidents. And with giving up that position, we're going to have our mirrors immediately full of both the 19 and the 6 car right behind. So while I want to stay in the fight with the 7 ahead, we're going to have to make sure to be checking our mirrors and make sure we don't give up any more positions with so many cars right behind us.
We got a line of cars that are defend here. This is going to get very interesting very quickly. I feel bad about that for us.
As we come out of rainy curve, we're going to run a little bit wide on corner exit and gain ourselves another off track, which is going to set up a bad turn 10 for us, which is going to give the 19 car behind a run going into turn 11. We're going to take the defensive inside line, which is going to set up the 6 car behind to send it down the inside of the 19 car through the corner as he tried to overtake us. But the 19 car is going to be able to retain the position coming down the straight, and with the red 13 car creeping in behind them, this is going to very quickly become a 4-car battle, as we're going to have to make sure to stay focused and not slip up at all, because any mistake we make could mean we could lose a couple positions here.
I really gotta clean it up though.
I haven't been able to find any kind of pace to open up gaps to the cars behind. It's been staying consistently under a second, and I could definitely feel the pressure from the cars behind mounting as I make a mistake through turn 4, which is going to allow the 19 to get a little bit of a run on me going up to turn 5, and we're going to go defensively to the inside, not letting the 19 attack us through the corner. However, that's going to compromise our exit, as the 19 is going to be right up on us as we go up to turn 6. But with turn 6 being one of my best on the circuit, we're going to be able to open up the gap by a couple tenths, coming through the corner, gaining us a little bit of breathing room as we go up the Roval straight. And as we go up the straight, my crew chief is going to tell me that P2 is off and the corkscrew, as we see the 16 come onto our relative. As we take a look at what happened to the 16, he's going to run wide into the corkscrew, losing the rear end, and with so many cars right behind, he's going to have to wait to get back onto the track surface, losing him a lot of time, which is going to drop him 1.3 seconds in front of the 7 car who is checked out in front of us. But with the cars behind so close, we can't worry about their battle, and we're going to have to focus up on our own. As we're on board with the 13 behind, he's going to take too much curve through turn 10 and is going to run a little bit wide, but he's going to be able to stay with the pack as we go a bit slow through turn 11, which is going to push the 19 right up into our bumper. However, despite a lot of contact, we're going to be able to get away with a 0x, and the contact through the corner is going to give us a little bit of breathing room as we come down the front straight to start lap 8. The racing behind us is going to remain close as the 6 takes too much curb coming through turn 4, having a slow exit, allowing the 13 behind to get a good run going up into turn 5. But with the 6 on the inside, he's going to be able to retain their position as they come through turn 5, and all the racing between all 4 of us is going to continue to remain so close as we're all just separated by a couple tenths. And And we're going to continue to have close moments as the 19 runs a little bit fast into the Corkscrew, running right up on our rear as we come through the corner, which is going to force the 19 to slow down a lot through the corner, which is going to push him right back into the 6 and the 13 behind, hopefully allowing them to battle and give us a little bit more room to breathe ahead. And battling from the 3 cars behind is what we're going to get as the 6 takes the inside line going into turn 11, defending from the 13 behind and sending it up the inside of the 19 ahead. But the 6 is going to run deep into the corner, allowing the 13 to follow his hole and take advantage of his mistake, gaining 2 positions in 1 corner.
Ooh, they're getting a little rowdy behind us. That might give us a little bit of breathing room. Although I was kind of enjoying my battle with a Red Bull car. So that seems like that's going to come to an end now. But there's still only a second back, so they might catch me now.
The battle behind remains rowdy as the 6 has a little bit of a look into the Andretti hairpin on the 13 ahead. But the 13 is going to take a great defensive line, keeping the 6 behind him. But this battle still remains close as ever.
And that's gonna put them right on me. God.
Despite my mistake dropping the cars behind back to within a second of me, the 6 is also going to make a mistake through turn 10, running slow out of the corner, giving the 19 an excellent run to go side by side with the 6 into turn 11. However, with the 19 forced to go to the outside, he's not going to be able to get the move done. And with them going side by side through the corner, it's going to gain me and the 12 a lot of valuable breathing room.
My worst corner. Get together. One slip up and then I just compound myself, just get too stressed about it.
One mistake is leading to another, but with the car behind so close with only 2 to go, we got to keep it clean, we got to keep it together, and make it to the finish with this P8 secured.
You're ass, bro.
Things ahead are going to get very, very spicy as the 16 who spun earlier is in a battle with the 7, and the 7 is going to run deep into the Corkscrew, tapping into the back of the 16, spinning him around and pissing him off. The 7 might have been pushing just a little too hard, coming to the white flag this time, and just outbreaks himself into the corner, running wide into the 16. And that incident is going to drop the 16 1.6 seconds ahead of us as we're coming to the white flag this time. We now have P7 in our sights with P9 right behind us. We got to keep it clean to make it to the flag, but I'm going to push with everything I got to maybe try and get one more position out of this.
White flag. P7's right in front of us. It's 1.6 though. I don't know. Gotta worry more about the car behind, honestly. But I really want this position. Oh no.
We make a mistake coming out of turn 10 to set us up to be side by side with the 13 as we come through turn 11, setting us side by side down the straight.
Oh.
It's going to be neck and neck to the checker flag, but we're going to be able to hold on by 0.04 of a second and finish in P8 after an incredibly entertaining and close race all the way from the start.
Woo!
Oh my god. What the? Who? I think we're going to have to watch the replay on that one because I think that was malicious, and I think that whatever car was in front of me, I know he spun in the corkscrew and he said something like he was upset. He said something like he was upset. I'm wondering if that car he just obliterated was the car that got in an accident with him. We're gonna have to watch that back to see if that's what happened. As we saw during the race, this was the result of the 16 and the 7 battling for P6. The 16 held the grudge all the way to the flag, kept his foot to the floor, and absolutely obliterated the rear end of the 7 at 150 miles per hour after the flag, which gains them both an unnecessary 4x for what was just a simple mistake by the 7. So that does it for this video, guys. That incident at the end with the 16 and the 7 is going to result in the 16 finishing with 16 incident points and the 7 being our biggest loser of the lobby, ending with 18 incident points and getting a negative 0.25 safety rating hit. Our car contact and our 4 off tracks are going to result in 8 incident points with a negative 0.03 safety rating, bringing us down to a 1.65. And we're going to finish in P8 with a plus 28 iRating, finishing us with a 1273 in the sports car class. So not the worst. I was really struggling with pace of the car. I'm going to be using the GT3 cars till the end of the season on iRacing. So I'm really hoping to gain a little more pace and see what we can make out of this car.